Hey boys and girls, how y'all doing? This is Lady Silver Vixen here. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about today is something that comes up quite frequently, the whole concept of the black and white magic thing. Um, the main thing that you guys have to keep in mind is that magic actually truly has no color. It is actually quite neutral in and of itself. Most of the time people would consider that to be like a gray magic, if you will, because it's neutral. It's not really any there's nothing really to it. It just is. Magic just is. That's how it works. Um, I'd like to quote the craft on this one. Magic is neither black nor white because nature is both caring and destructive all at the same time. So magic is really it can be as destructive as possible, or it can be as helpful as possible. It all depends on the intent of the user. In and of itself, this lighter here is neutral. Okay? Now, with this lighter, I can light an incense. Okay, I can light an incense stick, and I can do a ritual. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. I'm not causing any harm to anything. I'm not destroying anything. An incense is actually there to be burned, so, it releases the scent. Now, if I were to take this same lighter and say, burn down a house, that's pretty bad. If you think about it, it really is the intent of the individual who's picking up the lighter, or in the case of magic, who's directing that magic. So keep that in mind. Magic actually has no color. The whole thing for the colors is actually more of a concept that's really designed to try and limit confusion as to what a person's doing. A lot of people say, oh, well, black magic's where you hurt people. Not exactly. Black magic can actually be also known as nocturnal magic, which means you use the natural energies and forces at night to actually help aid you and other people in doing what you're doing. Whatever that may be, healing, whatever. Also, the color black in and of itself, a lot of people associate with being negative or bad. Black is actually all colors combined together, and is actually most commonly used for protection and not curses or hexes. Another good example of color would be green magic. Green magic can be money magic. It can be herbal magic. Red magic is another example. That can be chaos magic. It can be lust. It can be love. It can be revenge. As you can see, these classifications underneath the color can actually create confusion. So that's why when somebody sits there and goes, oh, I practice white magic, ask them to specify what exactly they do. For the most part, it's actually quite common. It's more of a stereotype than anything else. That people who use white magic are people who do protection and healing, Reiki, stuff like that. But not every white magic user has pure intent behind them. Say you heal somebody who doesn't want to be healed. Granted, you are doing something good, but that person didn't want it. So you've created a change in their life that they did not want. Thus, you are actually causing harm. Okay, so you've gone from being a white magic user to being a white magic user doing dark magic, if you will, for all intents and purposes. So this is something that you guys really have to think about. There's a reason why they say, when you have to weigh the consequences of your actions as well as your inactions. You can't affect free will. You cannot make a change in somebody's life if they don't want it. If you create that change, and something bad ends up happening, the karma that falls back isn't going to fall back on that person, it's going to fall back on you as the spellcaster. So keep that in mind, guys. Anyway, that's all I have to say on that subject for right now. So stay tuned, and don't forget also, check out thevixenshollow.com. Check out Debbie Daly. She's usually on around 11 p.m. Eastern Time. She's on Blog Talk Radio. You can find her at blogtalkradio.com. I think it's /people/Debbie_Daly. I'll leave link in sidebar, whichever side, down, bottom, side. You'll figure it out. Be blessed, guys.